day by day. Presented by First Community Credit Union. Life is better with community.
Hey there, we're here
to invite you
to join First Community Credit Union.
FCCU is the proud partner
of the University of North Dakota Athletics.
FCCU is here to coach you
through every financial play.
No turnovers.
Only buckets.
When you join FCCU,
you get the full UND experience.
Enjoy our exclusive
UND credit and debit cards.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Well, you know, you look back at the game, there were a lot of really good individual performances. I thought Simon played really well and moved the ball around to a number of different receivers. Obviously, Bo had a big night, but other guys contributing. Hayden Stay making a big catch, and Caden Dennis, and Nate DeMontignac. And then we ran the ball well too. You know, our offensive line has been steady, and we just were really pleased with how we moved it. Obviously, we can always get better, and there's some key situations where we felt we needed to make some plays and came up a little bit short, but you know, just got to play better on the defensive side and limit the run yards. And their quarterback, give him credit, he's a really good player and very mobile, but we got to be better at limiting those big scramble runs and the run game overall.
Defensively, you know, we got to execute. We got to keep the quarterback in the pocket, and we got to execute. That's what it really came down to, is just they executed better than us. And you know, like you said, it was back and forth, and we had some chances to get some stops, and we did make a couple big plays, just not enough.
Every Missouri Valley game is going to be pretty close. I mean, we're just in such a tough conference. It's going to be like that, and we always prepare like that. So I think last week we had a really good week of practice, and we all played really, really hard. So, I mean, sometimes it just doesn't fall your way, and that just happens sometimes. But we know we got to prepare extremely hard every single week to come back and get a win.
We've talked about having an attack mentality for the past couple of weeks, you know, just really attacking our opponent in all phases. And I think that's a perfect example of it, you know, trying to win the game. We could have easily just settled and tried to tie it up and go into another drive or another possession, but we wanted to end it there. And I think our players really like that. We like that confidence that our coach has.
You know, you can win the game there by going for two, or go to the second overtime by kicking and tying, but you're right back out on offense. And in the second overtime, you have to go for two. So just made the decision that we were going to try to win it there, and didn't work out. You know, so we got to move on and live with that decision and get ready for the next game. Yeah, I think it's important to have hometown guys. You know, they know what our university's all about. They know what our program's all about. Sam's one of those guys that grew up being a UND fan, so this is a special opportunity for him. And it's also special for us to have him on our football team.
I think he's just a kid that played all the sports growing up. You know, that's a big thing for us in the receiver room, and just super, super competitive, and came to camp and did a really good job.
I came to camp, worked hard, and I was able to earn a preferred walk-on spot. And it was that and a couple other schools that offered me scholarships, and I just kind of knew UND was the spot. I knew Coach King, I knew the other coaches, and I really liked Coach Schwagert and the whole staff and just the atmosphere here, and I knew it kind of was just like a no-brainer a little bit. I've always wanted to play at North Dakota because I grew up here, I went to games, and I always cheered for them.
Going to all the UND games, he grew up a big UND fan, and so I know it means a lot to him to play for the flagship university and his hometown team, and you can see it with how he prepares and practices and the intensity he has.
Just really pleased with what he brings to our program. A lot of energy, a lot of toughness.
Sam is probably the biggest juice monster I've ever met. You know, that guy's always gonna have energy, he's always gonna bring the juice. He's just a great guy to be around. When I'm down and I'm feeling tired and sore, I can just look at Sam and he's gonna motivate me. He's always cheering the guys on, supporting guys, giving high fives. He's just a great teammate to have, and he really elevates our room.
I want to bring like energy and juice every single day and just practice really hard. You know, sometimes we make mistakes and we learn from that in film, but coming back and staying consistent, that's what Coach Schrager says a lot, is being consistent and staying the same every single day. So that's kind of what I want to do.
To see his improvement from year one to now has been pretty incredible. You know, he's a very good special teams player for us and is contributing in a big way on the offensive side of the ball.
I mean, my first couple years, our receiver room is stacked just as it is this year. So I mean, last year, I didn't get to play that much receiver at all really, but this year, I mean, I knew I was really extremely confident that I could, you know, from the work I put in the spring season and in the summer season, that I could come out here and earn a spot. And fall camp, I was able to do that, and I'm really blessed to be out with the O this year and working hard every single day, pushing those guys. And I don't take it for granted any day. I just want to work hard and learn from my mistakes and grow every single day.
As you go through the Missouri Valley Conference, it's a physical league, and so guys are going to get banged up, and you got to have depth. And I think more importantly than just depth, guys that have the right attitude about it, that are going to push the guys ahead of them to be the best they can. But at the end of the day, they understand the goal is to win, and that's the number one thing. And you know, Sam Strandell does great in that. He pushes the guys ahead of him, but he understands at the end of the day, we want everyone to do well, and the team will do well.
You know, Coach Schwager said right after the game, you know, we can feel a little pissed off, a little mad about it, but come Monday, come Sunday afternoon, after we watch the film, you just got to forget it and come to Sunday practice and practice hard, and we did, and now we're going to come every single day this week and work our butts off. You
know, we always got to prepare well. I have a lot of respect for Coach Mallory, and his team is getting a lot better. You know, last week they're down 17-0 and scored 20 unanswered points for a win at home, and they're playing really well on defense. They defend the run really well, and then offensively, quarterback's their leading rusher, so we need to limit his yardage and get him into our favorable down and distances, but they do a very good job of staying on schedule. So, you know, running the football and defending the run are really going to be key this weekend.
You know, every year we've played them, it's been a battle physically, and they're really talented in the back end and up front, and so it's going to be a big challenge for us to go out there and execute and, you know, play our style of ball, which is really physical and high competitiveness and high effort.
It's going to be a battle, and we know that, and we're ready for a fight on the road, but we got to go stop this narrative of everybody saying we can't play on the road. And obviously, we're not really thinking about that, but it's time for us to step up, and it's time for us to change the program and be great in November.
Prepare well, have a good week of prep, stay focused on the task at hand. Don't worry about the outside noise. You know, there's a lot of people talking about us right now, probably not saying the best things, but we just got to keep the focus on us and just remember that everything that goes on in this building is what really matters. So
we got to kind of treat this like it's crunch time and get ready, and kind of like Coach said at the end of practice, let's go have a good November and try to be perfect, try to win out, and you know, that's really the goal. And you obviously got to take it 1 week at a time. You can't look 2 weeks, 3 weeks in ahead, but let's go. It's time to have a really good November.
We got to stay focused on our preparation and one day at a time, and you know, you got to keep building a resume. But we know this will be a challenging game, and that's all we got to be focused on: us, our preparation, and then our, you know, how we attack Indiana State.